back to the channel. It's Bondo, and today we don't need these. We're going to be talking about finger picking in the style of Eddie Vedder. You may not know, but Eddie Vedder's a little bit more than a crazy wild stage diving guy from the early 90s. First time I ever saw Eddie Vedder finger pick was on Saturday Night Live in 1994, I think, at the end of the song Not For You. He's just kind of playing that high octave E, doing this finger picking thing, and I always thought it looked kind of like technical. I never figured Eddie Vedder for a technical guitar player, but when I saw him doing that, I was, well, hang on a second, maybe there's something more to this guy's guitar playing skills. And over the years, I think he's proved that. He might not be throwing down the fanciest lead work, but the guy can play. Eddie's a pretty accomplished guitarist. He's a great rhythm player. He has a lot of technique in his right hand. He has a couple different techniques. One of them is kind of a Travis style picking pattern, alternating bass line happening with your thumb between two strings. Takes a long time to get that under your fingers when you're first starting to learn. So I think the hardest part of that is just the repetition of the right hand, getting the muscle memory under your fingers to be able to go across those strings when you need to. So when you're learning that pattern, we're just playing the D, G, B, and E strings. You can just use these three fingers to start. I'm not even going to play the chord. So you'll spend a whole lot of time just doing this.
One eternity later.
Probably took me about a year to really get under my fingers until I felt comfortable performing it and trying it out on other things. You'll hear this in songs like Guaranteed, Just Breathe. A lot of times when Pearl Jam would play the song Better Man on tour in the early 2000s, Eddie Vedder would kind of intro the song with an old piece called Romanza. It's a study in E, and it's just a descending finger picking technique. One of the cool things is once you get this technique down, you can apply it to other songs. You can play any chord and it sounds that much better. You sound like such a better guitar player whenever you learn this technique and apply it to whatever kind of music you're playing. You can apply this to rock, to country, on the road again, just can't wait, get on the road again, to jazz, to you can apply it to anything. If you learn this, you can play any chord with this kind of Travis picking style and it sounds beautiful. You can play anything. So with just that technique and playing simple chords, you're able to make a song sound a little bit more original, a little bit more your own, just by a technique that you learned from the grunge guy Eddie Vedder. Another song that you can do this technique on is the Pink Floyd song Brain Damage. Once again, you just take a song with some simple chords, apply this technique. It sounds very original. I'm sure there's a lot of you out there that probably know a lot more about finger picking styles, and you're probably a lot more accomplished than I am, so it'd be great if you would talk about it in the comments down below. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing. Like and subscribe! And if you're like me and you like Pearl Jam and you really are into this kind of thing that Eddie Vedder does, there are other tracks. 2009 album Backspacer. In the song Speed of Sound, he's just doing just the bass note and just the descending line down across the strings. Just... the song The End. So I hope you were able to take something away from this, even if you're not a big Eddie Vedder or a Pearl Jam fan. This is a valuable technique for any guitarist to have in their arsenal. Thank you all again for watching, and we'll see you next time.